I am a teacher at Mariner High School, and I'm participating tomorrow in the walkout to support public education.
It's also been recorded that the state test results are not coming out.
We passed Initiative 1351 last November.
In our country, we can do that. In other countries, if you try to do something like that, you might get shot. So I want our kids to see that they're lucky that we live here and we can do that without, being worried about getting arrested or getting shot like you would in some countries if you did something like this.
The teacher walkout this Wednesday, the 20th, is about a lot of different things to a lot of different people. It's about reducing class sizes. We passed Initiative 1351 last November, and the Washington State Legislature has refused to fund it. As a matter of fact, they've been refusing to fund education as their paramount duty for the students of Washington State for years. And it's just about time that we as teachers stand up and say, we need this funding, not just for the students at Mariner, not just for the students in the Mukilteo School District, but across the state of Washington. And we need a fair and equitable system so that all students have access to high quality materials. It's about standardized testing. It's about the end of course tests. It's about all of these things that impact a student's ability to get a quality education. I know compensation is a part of it for some people. And rightly so. If you want quality teachers, then you need to pay them what they're worth. And these are people that have advanced degrees. They've gone to school for years. They have licenses. They do all these things, and they deserve to be paid what they are worth. A lot of the walkout has to do with raising awareness within the community as to what's going on in their schools. These are public schools. They're not our schools, they're not teacher schools, they're not student schools, they are community schools, and they're taxpayer funded, and we need to let people know what's going on inside their public schools.
I've been a teacher for almost 10 years, and I've seen the amount of testing go up tremendously in this amount of time. It's not just one school, it's not just one district. It's schools and districts from all over the country, all over the state, but it'd be one thing if there was one district walking out, but when you see districts from different areas of the state, east side, west side, from the south to the north, all coming together with the same reason. Testing has gotten too expensive, has been focused too much, and our students have to take the highest number of tests ever recorded before in the state, and for the amount of money that is not going into other things that we need for our schools. All I'm asking is that our legislators take notice of the issues that we're bringing out to them. We want solutions, and we want them to hear us out, and this has got to stop. This has to be something that people needs to stop ignoring and needs to be on the forefront of coming up with solutions.
First of all, I don't want to do a walkout. I don't think any teachers do, but we feel like we need to do it to get the attention of those in legislature who don't really understand what is going on in schools. I've taught for 25 years, and besides students being tested more than ever before, and the tests that are used are completely ridiculous, a lot of them, and they're not testing necessarily what should be even tested. I don't know, something's happening in education, and I think we need to get the legislature's attention, that they need to pay attention to what students need.
We are the future of this state, and I hope our legislators can come to their senses and finalize an agreement that will support over 1 million students from across the state.
I'm opposed to the class size. It's another reason we're having a walkout. The classes are large. I have classes as large as 32. Some people have 34 or 35. So the people have already voted that class size would go down and that funds should be put aside to make that happen, and it did not happen. Teachers also were promised a cost of living raise, which I think that was 6 years ago at least, and have never received it, which means every year you make less as a teacher. And it's not, nobody teaches because of the money. That's not why we do it. There are other professions we could have gone into. We do it for love of children, of our students, because we believe in education, and that is the way to actually make a difference in your own life as well as others. I think everyone knows by now they did vote that they would get a raise, an 11%, I believe it is, raise. So I'm not sure what they're thinking, giving themselves a raise. That's not a cost of living raise, but a raise for a job well done when they haven't been doing their job. So yes, I'm walking out. I will miss my students. Many students are in support of us and have been asking me all day long where I'll be so they can meet up and they can join us. So I wish we didn't have to do this. I wish we had a legislature that believed in education and kept their promises. But because we do not, I will be walking out on Wednesday.
Hi, I'm a teacher at Mariner High School, and I'm participating tomorrow in the Mukilteo Education Association rally and walkout to support public education. And it's so important to me that I'm even taking my own kids out of school. I live in a different school district. I live in Mount Vernon School District, but I'm bringing my 2 sons with me because I want them to see the democratic process. And the main reason I'm going is because the state legislature was supposed to support fully fund public education according to the state constitution. And in the the case went to the Supreme Court because they're not fully funding public education. And the Supreme Court or the state said they have to, and so they're in contempt of court right now. So I feel like our legislature should follow the law like everybody else has to. The judge says you have to do something, you have to do something. It's a law, and they're not. So that's not fair that they are getting away with. If it was me that did something the judge didn't have to do, I could get, who knows, arrested or something, and yet the Supreme Court judge said they had to do this, and they haven't figured out a plan to do it yet. And so that's not a good example to the rest of us. Another reason I'm walking is because I have friends in other school districts that have really high class sizes. One of my students his grandma teaches in another school district, and she has 34 third graders in a classroom. Luckily, that wouldn't happen in Mukilteo School District because we have capped class sizes, but to have 34 third graders in a classroom, that's more students that I would have at the high school level, and I have no idea how they can even imagine to teach all those kids reading skills and writing skills and everything they need to know. Another reason is because my own kids had to take the SBAC this year, and I found out that you have to take it, they had to take so much class time to take that test, and I'm really upset that they're losing class time where they could be learning new things to take the state test, when the teachers, if you ask the teachers, they could tell you what my kids already know without having them take the state test. The teachers know what the kids know and don't know. They're with them every day, so why waste time, in my opinion, making them take the state test every year? It makes more sense to do like maybe a couple years out of your whole life, like maybe take a big test, 4th grade and in 8th grade and 10th grade or something, just to get like just to handle exactly what you do know. But to do it every year and to take that much time out of their school day, I don't think that's a good idea. I'd rather they be learning new things, because they're bored. They don't get to learn as many new interesting things because it's not going to be on the test. And I wish, like right now that the test is over, they're really excited. They're starting to do science again, and they're starting to do social studies again, their favorite subjects. They had to give up science the last month to get ready for this SBAC thing. So anyway, that's why I'm going to be there tomorrow with my kids, because I think it's important they see that democratic process in action.